Hallo miteinander, I'm Gesh86 and this is Blackthorne. We've met up with Galadriel, who won't help us actively, but who can teleport us to our next destination and give us 2 health to our maximum. Very good indeed. Cutting back to Sarlac and his goons. Did you bring that pizza I ordered 20 years ago? No my liege. Curses. I would set the world on fire for a good Hawaiian. Oh wait, I already did. Ha ha ha. This cutscene tells us that Sarlac has taken note of Blackthorne's presence, and for the future he's going to send more of his troops after us. It's only going to get harder from here on out. A new place. The first thing that you'll notice is that people are fighting people around here. What the heck is this? The thing is, the guys in the purple shirts are Andromedogs. They are traitors to the Androthi. Because of their fear and desperation, they have joined Sarlac. They didn't believe that the resistance of the Androthi would lead anywhere, and have therefore betrayed them. Those dirty cowards. We're going to make them regret their decision. Oh yes, that we shall. The thing with the Andromedogs is, not only are they very durable, they take 5 hits to kill, they also can't be dealt the same way as the Grags. If you await their barrages and just try to fire after that one, chances are that the Andromedogs are already back into cover. They have very good reactions, unfortunately, and are therefore very hard to deal with. However, there are tricks to fighting them, and I'm going to show them off a little later. Right here is another new enemy. What are those? Tentacle porn rejects? They are the Eekers. Sometimes they're quite easy to kill. If you run into them, they hurt you, but they are stationary. If you're on the same level with them, you can just shoot them, but most of the time they'll be below you. If that's the case, you have to use one of your fire bombs. We've picked up one, and we've used one to great effect just now. If you get a fire bomb, 95% of the time you're going to have to use it on Eekers. That's just the way those things work. Now here's another gimmick. By pressing these floor tiles, we open up a barrier. However, this process is timed. We're going to have to slip past these barriers quickly. See, there it goes down again. Now this one is really easy. The floor tiles are easy to find as well as the barrier. But later in the game, the developers will be quite ingenious with this kind of puzzle. Oh yes, they really give you a headache later on. Trust me on that. Now, you might be wondering, what kind of place is this? It's at least different from these damned Xandralite Mines, isn't it? It could be a forest, it could be a jungle, but the game actually calls it the Carnelian Swamp. However, if you call it a forest or a jungle, I think pretty much everyone will know what place in Blackthorne is meant. I'm also used to just calling it the forest level. When I see an Androthi and an Andromedog fighting each other, I sometimes just let them duke it out between them. It keeps you from getting hurt. I know, it's not very heroic, but sometimes heroes don't live long. In a short while, I'll be able to show you how to deal with the Andromedogs in the best way that I've found. And I have to say, it's really kind of a cheap method. every time you re-enter a screen with an Andromeda dog on it, that guy's guard will be down. And you can really use that to your advantage. I'd even call it a little bit unfair to just go back and forth between a screen and get some cheap shots in. But these are tough enemies. You take what you can get. Occasionally you won't be able to fight an Andromeda dog that way. There are some other tricks against these guys. When the time comes, I'll be able to show those off as well. I'll have to. Forgot another item down there. Now, the Carnelian Swamp is pretty much the last bastion of the Androthi. In these levels that are about to follow, we'll often have these guys by our side and fight our battle. Most of the time, the Andromeda dogs win, but not always, luckily. I'm not sure what exactly, on what it depends who wins. I think it's kind of random. These screens that we're going through now, they're kind of arranged in a circular way. We had to get the levitator from them, and to exit these rooms we're going to have to make this iffy running jump. With the levitator in hand, what are we going to do with it? Now, if you remember, there was a purple Grag in this level. We couldn't reach him before, so that's where we need to use the levitator. Simple as that. He was on pretty much the lower left edge of the map. One screen from here. There he is. That coward thought he could hide with his precious wasps. No sir. Blackthorne will always track you down, so you might as well just live with it. And die with it. Especially die with it. The wasps that we've got are pretty much the last thing that we need to get in this level. With them we can pretty much end it. Just getting rid of some more Eekers with our trusted fire bombs. Get used to using them in that way. From here on out the level is going to be pretty linear. The worst things are done. Overall, I'd say the Carnelian Swamp levels are much harder to navigate through than the ones in the Xandralite Mines. Those past ones were pretty trivial, you have to say. It's going to be a trend of the game that the further the game goes, the more confusing the layout of the levels will be, and it'll be more likely for you to get lost. I think that's pretty much self-explanatory in this kind of game. Here we're going to use a wasp on the Eekers, because we don't have any firebombs, and we don't need the wasps for anything else. That concludes stage 5. On to stage 6. Right at the start of this one we're going to be attacked, but that'll be for next time. I'm Gesh86, this was Blackthorne, bis bald!